Long overdue, but I finally made it to 75 miles in the Nike Pegasus 37. I'll be going over my thoughts as well as some of the customization options on Nike by You. I took the Peg 37 on a 7.56 mile run with 1 mile intervals at tempo speed to kind of vary the pace and try to remind myself as to how it feels on various paces. Quickly summarizing the specs, the Peg 37 comes with a 10 millimeter drop, 14 millimeters in the forefoot, and 24 in the heel. Stated weight on Nike's website for a men's size 10 is 10.05 ounces, and for women's size 8, 8.28 ounces. In my size 8.5, it comes in at 9.7 ounces, and for my fiance's size 9, it comes in at 8.7 ounces. The Nike Air Zoom unit previously ran through the entire midsole from 36 back. And since the 37, it's only been featured on the forefoot. The PSI is also tuned differently for men and women, with approximately 15 PSI for women's shoes and 20 PSI for men's. After 75 miles, I'm still loving this shoe. Kind of just enjoyed it from the very beginning. The upper is very breathable and comfortable. Some have found that the upper is a little bit too snug and more of a race type feel to it, which for me I tend to like. I just personally like feeling very secure in my shoes, kind of almost one with the shoe. I don't like too much wiggle room in there because it just, to me, it feels a little bit unstable. So this one does feature a solid lockdown If you prefer a roomier fit, there is a wide version available. I've also heard that the 38 is a little bit roomier on the toe box. The Peg 37 was also the first version to feature an all-React midsole. It previously featured Cushlon foam. React foam launched in June of 2017, initially in basketball shoes, and has since been featured across various running shoes. React foam provides a great cushion landing with great energy return and is also very durable. After 75 miles, there is some creasing, but nothing drastic. Here's a diagram of the construction of the Pegasus 37. So it has a durable upper mesh, pretty breathable, and has a React foam for the midsole with the air zoom unit in the forefoot. And then finally you have the outsole pattern that is very, I think, well designed. There's no unneeded rubber anywhere, in my opinion, and it's pretty durable. It can actually handle some light trails as well as dirt. It can handle dirt, wet roads, pretty moderate terrain as well. The outsole rubber is also very durable, with a little limited signs of wear. There's a little bit of wear on the forefoot area, and for me, I tend to kind of heel strike sometimes, and so it is kind of wearing down on the outer part of the heel. On my fiance, she has about 35 miles in them, and hers just kind of tends to, she's a forefoot striker, so it is mostly in the forefoot area, where towards the back end, honestly, looks like it's new. These shoes do tend to make it around past 400 miles, and so these will definitely go the distance. The Peg 37 is considered among the best daily trainers as it performs well across various paces. If you're new to running, it'd be a great first shoe to pick up, as you can do tempo paces on it, easy runs. It can handle some pretty reasonable distances. And even for race day, if you're kind of new to the sport, it can be used for race day, such as your local 5K and 10Ks. Also, if you're an experienced runner, it's a great solid foundation for your shoe running rotation. At easy paces, it provides a great cushioned run, and when wanting to pick up the pace, it doesn't take much effort to get to the desired pace. Towards the end of this run, I was tired, and when trying to pick up the pace, I didn't want to do it, but once I actually started doing it, I was like, oh, I can actually do this. I was not only able to get it done, but I was able to maintain that speed without much effort. Once you're at a pace, it's pretty easy to stay on that pace, kind of like a cruise control, if you will. There are countless reviews out there that praise the Pegasus 37. However, there aren't many that go into the Bayou customization. A cool thing that Nike offers on various running shoes is the ability to customize for an additional $20. This would bring the total retail price on the Pegasus lineup to $140, which I find reasonable to make it a very unique shoe and make it your own. While the Peg 37 is no longer available as on Nike Bayou, the 38 is out now with even more customizations than before. Some of the most interesting aspects that can be customized is the entry, laces, and outsoles. On our particular models, we went with the toggle instead of your regular shoelaces. I did tend to like that a lot. It just makes it easy to kind of just pull really tightly and get a solid lockdown and just kind of get out the door. Sometimes with regular shoelaces, yet I find myself tying and retying again and again just to kind of make sure I have a solid lockdown. And also every now and then you're out in the middle of a run and your shoelaces come undone, you have to stop and retie them. With this, you just pull tight and you're locked in. Some people do note that it can slip over time. I personally have not found that to be true. I additionally have a slightly high arch, and they do have the option for an additional 2mm insole. which is kind of cool. And the kind of cool thing is it's really easy to just kind of pull that insole out, and so it still feels very soft, and so I can kind of use this across future shoes if I wanted to. So that's kind of cool. Just in and of itself can be worth a lot. So I don't know how well it'll pick up. You can kind of see how this is from my fiance's regular Peg 37, and this is mine, so it is considerably thicker. You can also customize the outsole pattern, having the traditional Pegasus pattern, a waffle pattern, which has more of lugs throughout the entire shoe, and the shield version, which is kind of intended for more wet road conditions. There's also the Fly Ease version, which has a zipper on the side for quick entry and exit. Personally, that does not appeal to me, just because I think the toggle is sufficient in terms of getting in and out of the shoe really quickly and just tightening it down. I'd be concerned with the wear on that zipper over time. In this particular case, I went with a all black shoe with a little bit larger design on the front, and even customized by adding my name out front. You can also customize what it says back here, so you can enter in dates or PR goals or your PR records. So I find that very cool. On the 38, you can actually have even little logos on the midsole, so I find that pretty cool. So for an additional 20 bucks, I find it to be a pretty cool thing to make your shoe significantly unique in your own and one of a kind. Since I only have 75 miles on my 37s and curious to try out other shoes, I will not be getting the Pegasus 38. That said, Nike typically alternates updates on their shoes. One year they update the upper, and then the following year they update the midsole. From what I read, the Peg 38 has the same midsole design and just updated upper this year. And it's slightly roomier and has a more padded tongue. Personally, I did not find the tongue to bother me whatsoever. And so if you're looking for a daily trainer, the Pegasus lineup in general is just top of the line. If you're looking for a sweet deal as well, with the new Pegasus 38 coming out, the 37s are significantly on sale and discounted. You can find these at an amazing price. I saw an all black men's shoe at $61. I honestly would pick one up for myself again, just because I do love this shoe. However, unfortunately, it's not in my size. And so for women's Pegasus 37, the lowest I found on their website was at $85. So if you're just looking to pick up a great deal, you cannot top that for an amazing shoe. To wrap up my thoughts, this is just an amazing shoe. Both me and my fiance love our Pegasus shoes, and we'd definitely be getting a future version once we are in need of them. So definitely pick one up. Again, the 38 is out now, but again, you can find 37 at a great deal. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Stay tuned for future run reviews.